is Tom. Today our guest is Marina, and welcome to our Achievement Recognition podcast.
Thank you.
So,
Having me here.
Marina, welcome. As you know, Bligson developed a bot and an app to automate the achievement recognition, right? Because we believe that happiness is closely correlated to continuous flow of recognized achievements. And these two elements are so important. It's like the continuous flow. It's not just today. You have to repeat it every day, right? And your achievements have to be recognized. Because if it's only for yourself, it's just not good enough. Mm-hmm. You should be able to share it. People like to share, people like to acknowledge, and that's what we put in our platform. The idea of this podcast is for you to, on the one hand, help you to become more successful in what you like to achieve,
wow.
right?
Okay.
Maybe I help and identify roadblocks. Mm-hmm. So if there are issues which you believe that, or we can see as things that can hold you back, then let's address them, find them, address them, and see what you can do about it. The idea is to guide you to your full potential. Mm-hmm. Okay? So not just looking at today, but also like a preparation for success at the next level. Wow. I know it's, ambitious, but you'll see that
but
the little steps
Awesome.
count.
Yeah.
That's really true.
Okay.
I had the pleasure yesterday to meet you for the very first time.
Yeah, true.
And I remember you were running around a lot. You integrate easily with people.
True.
And that's remarkable. You even brought some people to me.
Yeah.
And I was amazed how at ease you were between strangers. It's a strength. And I liked to see it. So...
Thank you for recognition.
Yeah, well, based on that, tell us a little bit more, who are you? Because you
who am I? Usually it's a tricky question because I'm a person who loves different kind of projects. Mm. It happened for me to be in IT sphere. So most of my projects are in this area. Yeah. I also love educate people. I love sharing knowledge. So also part of my project is in this area. Right. And I also women, and I love again sharing my knowledge and develop my skills. Mm-hmm. So one of my projects dependent on development of women. It's a school of harmonious development for women. So I have a lot of projects. So my main just areas I can describe a bit shortly now. It's I'm as consultant. I do consulting in setting up processes for different companies, IT processes and people management processes. Right. Why your application triggered me so much? Because I think it's amazing. I think all my clients need this application. Mm-hmm. Just everyone. I already advertised your app today with one of my clients. Really.
Okay, really good.
Another part of me is a business development manager. I help companies to grow, to open offices in Europe, to find good people, talented people, and to make them happy to work again. It's very connected to the topic of today. And I have my educational center, IT center. It's in Ukraine now, so it's volunteering, absolutely area for the moment. Yeah. Before it was like a business, but now I decided just to give most of my materials, my training materials, my programs for free for Ukrainian people. Right. That's like my...
Yes, of course.
That's how I found possibility to help. I really wanted to help within this situation we have in Ukraine. That's it. And yes, this is my school for women. I also working on it, but it's like final priority. Right. It's most loved by me, but from priorities perspective, I do it on the last place. I put it on last place.
I will try to summarize a bit, but
please.
you tell a lot. So
yes,
that's the first thing I notice about you is that, I see a lot happening.
Yeah, it's true. It's my life.
That is your life.
Yeah.
If we go a little bit more back, what did you study? What is your background?
My background. I studied finance.
Finance,
yes, in Dnipropetrovsk National University there, and I also studied psychology, but a bit Much more, not much more later, much
later.
later. Yeah, yes, and
so it's finances. So you were interested in the business side of the world, right?
Yes, true.
Okay.
True.
Then you added psychology onto it because you're interested in the people, the humanistic side of people, right?
That's true.
So that's the education. Mm-hmm. Now let's look a bit about this bubbles way of active. Mm-hmm. You mentioned like a women's center.
Yeah, true.
What is that exactly? What does it do?
It's short seminars. So what is in the basement of this as essential part of this is a card where you can assess main areas in your life. It's like your personality, and it is divided into 4 parts. Like your physical level, your mental level, your emotional level, and your spiritual level.
Right.
It's the first. It's like.
And you run this center.
Yeah.
And how many people? How? Give me some numbers.
So it's just like starting. I'm starting this project, but we already had our first retreat for 8 women. Mm-hmm. And it was a retreat program. Yeah, we did like 10 days, diving deeply into each area, into each sphere, analyzing and creating our individual development plans. So how we can grow. So it's like a way for constant development for women. Yes, but from different perspective. Because now I see that women mostly stick in some parts, into job, into children, into upgrading themselves. But we can be more balanced.
Okay. Yeah. So what percentage of your time is this concerning?
It's
today?
Pity, but it's really small. Like maybe I do it not per day, but per week. Spent around 4 hours. I have my team, of course, and they develop this center and they plan next retreat for March. And of course, I do most of articles for this, but it's really 4 hours per week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we move on to consultancy,
yes.
And what do you bring to the table? What is exactly your main added value in this?
Okay, so for my main client, I have main client, and as a business development manager for them, I spend like 40 hours per week. That's my main client.
14 or 40?
40.
So
like
that's
8 per
day. Full-time job.
It's like it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job. And for them, I do everything which is connected with people, with processes, with development, with analysis, and all of this. Then I have for corporate clients in Ukraine, it was my wish before to help Ukrainian companies to grow. And now I have really top Ukrainian companies in my list. So I help them from different perspectives, from setting up IT processes and again from helping to set up people management processes.
So if you call your clients, how many clients do you have? Give me a...
For the moment, I have two very big clients.
Big IT companies.
Yes, they are not IT companies. It's a huge retailers like Amazon, but our local Ukrainian.
Right.
And 2. And of course, I have this main one, which is 40 hours per week. So yeah.
Right. Fair enough. So if you call this client? I mean, you probably know what to offer, but for what will they call you?
For what they will call me? From
is
health
it the
perspective.
Same? Yeah. Is it the same? I mean, I understand that you're trying to offer something, right? But can you translate it in such a way that they also call you for that? Or is there a discrepancy?
Yeah, actually, I never look for clients. It's interesting because I maybe but I guess I just don't have this, skill to do marketing like that way. But other way it works very well. So usually I'm recommended and clients come with specific request. We need help in this area.
Right.
And you've been recommended to us as best for these services.
And what services would they recommend you as the best, you think?
setting up processes in IT processes like all of, especially like Agile and all this Scrum, Kanban, Lean, yes, in this area. And people management processes or talent management processes. And also I'm usually recommended as a person who can find talents.
Right. So you talk to people.
Yeah, I know I have a huge network in IT all over the globe. So
right, okay. You give me a challenge because it's you seem to do a lot,
True.
And I'm trying to find the big picture. Where does Marina find? Because these companies, these clients are huge.
Yeah,
right?
true.
And now you have something, and the way you describe it, it is useful for the whole company. But you're alone, you have 40 hours per week and, a little bit more and that's it. So I'm trying to find your reason of existence within that. Is it like you are the perfect agile coach or are you the perfect people person? If you describe yourself like in one sentence, in the eyes of these clients, what is it?
In the eyes of clients, I honestly don't know, but in my eyes, I'm perfect as project manager, and each of these requests, it's like a new challenging project for me. So I understand there are some time limits and goals, what should we have at the end, and it really challenges me. Okay, what kind of solutions can I propose? What should I do to provide the best results possible?
So how does project management relate to people? Because projects have all kind of other secondary needs, right? It's not just the people. I mean, it's a very important element of project as I understand it, but there's a lot more to it. And when I hear you talking, you were getting really excited about the people element.
True.
But if you describe yourself as somebody who's arranging project management, then there's so much more in it, and I didn't hear it yet. So how do you relate it?
Yeah, it's so interesting. So what I usually tell that what I do and what I'm good in is in people management and process management. It's two main components of a successful project. Each project needs good
But there's
process.
a third element, right? It's the product itself.
Of course, it's a result, but a project is dedicated to get the result.
Right.
The idea of projects is to get result within particular limits. Time, resources.
Solution or whatever. Time, resources, and then a solution. Because that's why you have the project.
Scope.
So you have people, you have process, and then there's this, added value of a solution, right?
Yeah, true.
That you don't really focus on.
Of course, I am.
Yeah, you have to.
Of course, I have to, because to make people motivated, you should constantly remind them and focus them on a vision. Where
are we going?
Yeah, we go into this fantastic results, solution, which will bring so many value to other people. So all the time I really try to connect, and I connect in, this understanding, this task which you've done today helped us, and we are that closer to the result, to get a solution people are waiting for, market is waiting for.
It's and how do you connect the dots? I mean, there's an end goal, right?
Yes.
Where you want to go. How do you describe that? In this,
I really love in this word. So because I maybe didn't.
But the point I'm trying to find is,
I
I can see immediately why you're successful, because you're bubbly. Right?
Okay.
You're full of energy. You're running around. You communicate easily. You bring people together. I get it. People easily, trust you. You're likable. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
But what I'm sort of trying to figure out is, what is your
success element?
What is your internal driving force?
Why I am doing this?
Let me ask you a different question.
Okay.
You know this concept of an elevator test, right? It basically means that you go in an elevator with somebody, and before the elevator reaches the top level, you explained your compelling reason to buy. before it's, the elevator's open, in such a way that the person you're telling it to can still repeat it to their boss or manager or whoever. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just that you're able to tell who you are during the elevator ride, but in such a way that they can repeat it. Right? And now I challenge you.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Okay. I'm challenging this with my students, but I give them time to prepare.
It's fine. You don't need an answer for it immediately, but you see where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because I believe your success so far is probably based on your human talents, right? But maybe less about you as like a lighthouse where other people say, hey, So in this elevator test, you have a challenge because it's not just how you say it. Because now you convince me because of the person you are, right?
Okay.
But in the elevator it doesn't work. Because the first time you convince this person who I are, and he gets it or she gets it. But now you depart and now she has to repeat it, right? And she doesn't have your charisma, she doesn't have your energy, she does it with her own charisma, her own energy. And that's not yours. So what is left of the message then?
So you really would like to challenge me right now?
Well, okay. I'm trying to help you think and maybe together we can find some kind of road into a way there your success becomes more institutionalized in your work instead of depending on your energy. You see what I'm saying? Because the interesting part is that the moment you have both, you have two elements which make each other stronger, right? It's your energy which you have, but maybe sometimes not because you can't be everywhere,
True.
But then there's still this logical flow of events which leads to a sort of lighthouse position where other people can relate to, and that one doesn't depend on your energy. It depends on the logical steps which define your solution to your clients.
I think solution or let me just try. Okay, let's experiment a bit and you will. So I would tell that I'm business development manager who immediately sees a solution for any issues, any kind of issues from people management perspective, processes perspective, or product development perspective, and have very good project management skills to realize this solution.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would position yourself as a exceptional good project manager for any type of product?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I would. I really know that I am,
the interesting part is I've been running a business breakfast in Kiev. And this business breakfast were invitations to 5 to 6 marketing directors and CEO of IT companies. And I've been running, 10 of those, I think. So in total about 50. And then I was talking about their strategic direction. And sometimes I ask them, okay, what is your unique selling point? What is your compelling reason to buy? Same question I asked. And they said things like, we have really intelligent people, right? So as this person said, I have really intelligent people, very high class, very professional, intelligent people in our company. So I said, one moment, and I asked to the other 4, so you don't have intelligent people in the company? No, we have.
Everyone, yeah.
So I'm saying to this first person, you say that you're intelligent people, but it's not convincing because everybody has, right? So part of your positioning as a company, but also as an individual, is to bring something on the table which underlines your compelling proposition, right? And I'm not saying we need a solution now, but I tell you, it will not be easy to have other people replicate just that you're great in process management or in project management. Because I tell you, there's not one project manager who doesn't say the same, right? And then we come again back to your personality. See, you say it based on your personality and then people believe it.
Yeah.
But it basically means that your underlying statement is of almost no value. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because it's still, everybody says the same, and it still relies back on your personality. So we can't build on it.
I'm so curious. What is your statement?
Personal
statement.
My personal statement about myself.
Yeah. So when you position yourself like in front of someone who should repeat it later, so what would I tell him? Because yesterday you did it to me, and I actually repeated it to that guy who wanted to come and to see you and to meet you in person. Mm-hmm. So, but just let's do it again, Let's play a bit.
Yeah, well, I think I will need a 45-minute podcast for myself as well, at least. So let's not go too deep.
But it's elevator pitch.
Well, there's an elevator pitch for Bligson, where we say, listen,
for you.
For myself, I have a unique combination of real deep technical knowledge, which I can prove, right? So it's no problem for me to go into code of software and develop and program to the deepest level, even. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I have a long time background in startups. Mm-hmm. This is my 16th startup we're now working on, and there's a whole list of elements based on that, which experiences. Mm-hmm. Starting when I was 17 and I started importing computers from Taiwan. It was my first job when I was 17, my first company which I sold when I was 19 to my fellow students. The next business was something in boat rental, yacht rental.
Oh.
So that was number 2. Number 3, I believe, was a company which we had a solution for mobile professionals. It was based on Nokia communicator. You could open it, enter some documentation, name, address of your client, you could close it, and we had an ordering system behind it. We were 3 people and got an order of $1 million from Xerox. Mm-hmm. With our 3 people company, we also got a $1 million order from Philips. So that was my company number 3. So I can keep going because there literally are like 15, 16 startups and companies which form my history.
Yeah.
And I believe my difference is that I not only have the ability to communicate, right, which is essential in a startup, but at the same time there's really deep technical knowledge from IT till yacht design. I designed sailing boats, and even with the wave patterns and the resistance curves and everything, there are not that many people who have that. And I believe that as a good achievement coach, you should be able to understand as much as possible the profession also of the people you're talking to. So not just the let's say the elements of the achievement process, but really appreciate the elements of the achievements. Mm-hmm. Let me give an example. If somebody is used to climbing, the high mountains, we're talking about Mount Everest, the Matterhorn, that kind of mountains. If this person wants her achievements to be recognized, it doesn't help to talk to somebody who just went on a walk around the city and felt very proud. I mean, that's great, but you can't relate the two because the person climbing this Mount Everest knows that the other one lives in a different world. They will not understand the challenges they face, right? So I believe that in order to be a good coach, an achievement coach, you should be able to relate to the achievement of the people you're talking to. Right?
Okay.
So, in one sentence, a strong combination of deep technical knowledge and business sense. And that's me. And I see the same in you. You have some strong combination. For some reason, you don't express it. And I'm really curious to know why. Is it sort of, it's so successful what you're doing that you don't have to? Or are you slightly shy or hesitant to trust this foundation? You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's almost like, okay, now I don't have this bubbling anymore. What's left? It's almost like you're naked suddenly. So what's left? Well, it's interesting to see what you can build on, right? Because your charisma and your social skills, they'll never go away, right? But to feel successful over a long period of time, it helps a lot when you have something where you say, no matter what happens, even if I'm silent and I don't show my character at all, people still know why to find me.
But this is what's happening, you know.
Right.
So maybe it's only me who can't recognize what is in this basement, you know, maybe outside it's seen better. Maybe it's true, I do not tell myself, okay, I'm really good at this. But yeah, I'm working on it. Loving myself is one of my challenges now because I'm more willing to love anyone than myself. So that's a challenge for me. I really know that I can put myself on the second, third place after my dog even. Yeah. You know, and then me. So maybe there is something, you saw something.
Right. I have no doubt it's there. But so far, everything you've been telling me is promoting who you are as a person, and not so much what you can do. There's a difference. It's like the example I gave with these intelligent developers, right?
But I guess I was pretty clear with this. So I can set up processes.
Right.
Yes. I can recruit very, very close, very rare positions on any market. I can find people, I can educate people. I'm really good in education, really good. I'm really bright trainer. And not now, only bright.
Now you convince me. So now you're saying something, I'm a really good trainer. Yes. I'm really good in revealing a certain message to a certain group of people. But that is a capability. You see? Yeah. So then it's not just your enthusiasm which takes it. It is experience. It's hard work yourself. It's templates you have. It's tool sets you have. It's apps. I don't know. Everything which you can bring on the table is like in your baggage.
Yes,
you see?
It's true.
So it's not just how you carry it. It's also what's in there in this baggage.
Okay.
And these two things need to be there. And actually, it's the first time you're telling me this in this way. And I like it. I can see it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Thank you.
But you could expand on it. It's if you feel comfortable with it and you think,
yeah, I know. But I so deeply know this. That's what I know. I'm so deeply okay with what kind of professional I am. So I'm not. It's like. Seems to be obvious, you know.
But that's the interesting part. It's like with this example I gave is these IT companies, and I asked one CEO what's your added value. We're really intelligent people, and then everybody says the same, and it's gone. Maybe he's right, but we will never know. However, the moment you say, listen, there are elements in my baggage which can also prove, not just because I say it, and not because the way I say it, but I can show this and this and this and this is there. Then you're feeling like there's a force pushing you in the back instead of just pulling yourself.
And I say, you think I think I have this rare combination, both process management and people management and. Knowing that there is solution in there which should be developed. So what I see most of the time with my clients, with people I consult, is that they are either process focused or solution focused or people focused. So something is out of their scope of daily
well,
routine.
That's a very strong position. If you can help your clients to bridge their gap, there are not many people who can that. What are your roadblocks? What is the catch? What stops you?
From what? Stops me
from reaching your ultimate
goals. I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
I wanted to go Camino de Santiago. I did it. But usually if I have idea of any kind of project, like for example, Camino de Santiago was my private project. It's not business at all. So the only moment I have an idea, wow, I should do it, I already know solution. What should I do? When should I do? What people I need? What resources I need? And I'm just starting implementing it.
But if you're running around so fast, do you know where you're going?
Yes,
Where?
I know because I had it's a bit maybe private, but now it will be on YouTube. So I had really drastic car accident. So it was speed 140 kilometers per hour, and I turned it in my car 3 times and ended up outside the road, and I stayed in life, My car was just
Completely
no
broken.
car. So it's nothing to repair, but I stayed alive. And I really accepted it as a gift, and I called a coach, which was just accidentally giving me contact, not like someone I knew before, but it was just a contact call and work with her.
Right.
It was only one session, but she asked me a question which helped me to understand where I go. And I would like to share with you this question. So imagine yourself, so it's end of your life. You had really, really long life, really long, 100 years, 110 years, whatever you can imagine. And it's last moment of your life. And you turn back and you are not satisfied with it, not completely satisfied, because of those 5 reasons.
Right.
What are those 5 reasons? And when I actually answered that question, of course I immediately understood what I need globally on high level of my life. I have these 5 areas.
Right.
They are pretty clear for me, what I want to do in each area, what are they, and so that's what motivates me.
Okay.
It's like,
So how does it relate to your business success?
To my business, because one of these whys was about being useful for other companies as a consultant, being successful with my projects, which are some of them social-oriented projects. So that's what is, and this is my orientation, to give more in business society, just people around. It helps me to be successful.
But you're doing it already.
Yeah, true.
So what is your next level of success?
I want bigger companies as a clients. I want...
But you have 40 hours and you're full.
Yeah.
You said, you work like 40 hours for this client and there's not much space left, so why? What is your next level then?
Next level? I really would like... But everything I would answer you, I already have my own company, or 2, by the way, 2 companies, and my next level, so it's outside the area where I'm currently working, so I'm very, very good in IT, but I really would like to do more like social projects, like these women-oriented projects, I also would like to build edutainment center where people can both relax and educate. Right. So that's what I have, like my future business / social projects.
Okay. Yeah. So you see yourself running sort of a center where people...
One of my projects will be a center, where people can grow, can develop their skills and competences in an unusual way, not like sitting and putting down some notes after the trainer, but learning by doing. That's what I do. I learn by doing. Okay. If I need to do something,
you start doing it.
I just start doing it. Okay, how it works, this way, that way.
Right. Right. It's well, I see you do it. There's no question about it. I feel that
it should be chain of centers.
So much, There's so much going on that Well, I've no doubt about your success. Let me put it.
Yeah, of course.
But I see yours
But
doing
it's
a
okay
lot.
even if you. Yeah,
So it's for me as a stranger.
Yeah.
Also a bit difficult to completely grab it immediately. You see what I'm saying? It's a bit.
Yeah, I'm a bit chaotic. Seen as a bit of chaotic person. True. It's very hard for my team. Really to positionate.
Yeah.
Am I right with this word?
Position yourself or...
To position myself, to position myself. Because I really do a lot. So usually people, if someone is a business trainer, he is a business trainer. That's it. It's easy. If someone is like a business consultant, and because those two different parts, business consultant is not business trainer. It's okay. You will position this way.
Yeah.
If someone is IT entrepreneur, okay, or any kind of...
Or a software developer.
I'm all of this. So maybe the closest part is like I'm serial entrepreneur, because I do this, or serial project manager. So, I know it's tricky, but when I have less, I decide, okay, I should postpone this and this. I'm less efficient.
Right.
I see it, this diversity of what I'm doing making me efficient.
How do people relate to you if they don't have your energy level?
But they have.
Some people don't have your energy level, obviously, because you're definitely a person with a lot of energy and outspoken charisma. So what if you work or be with people who don't have that? Do you lose them?
But that I lost my husband. He didn't have my energy level. Yeah.
And that's one thing I also see a bit as something you could, try to give some place somehow, is that your basis is very strong on just what we talked about, these elements of energy, this understanding of people, this strong desire to make a difference, to put the things together. But there's a danger that people who are in a different rhythm don't find their place anymore. And especially if you want to develop in some kind of center or whatever, you can't rely only on people who feel your space. So how do you make sure that this group of people still supports you, instead of that you're running so fast and the elastic behind you snaps, So that's a question I would also like to give next to the compelling reason to buy, which you still need to ponder on, I think, to be able. But also that one. How can you prevent losing people who you still want to service maybe? I mean, maybe there are people you don't want to see anymore and you don't want to see in your business. That's fine. But the ones that you do want to see but don't have your energy level, how do you cater for them? I would be curious.
Don't
they need to answer it immediately?
I would like, because maybe it's about this vibrations level or something. I usually attract people who are on the same energy level. Usually it works like this, and so it's not much work for me to watch are they with me or not. I just feel that we are there.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I have the skill to motivate people,
Right.
Usually.
I believe in your skills, but I'm honest, I'm saying that I could feel slightly threatened by your continuous energy level, because for example, I have moments I'm thinking, I don't want that, I want to focus on quality of a technical solution or something, and I don't want this wave of energy around me, because it distracts me from what I want.
Okay.
Because that's what energy does, eh?
Yeah.
It's pulling people forward into a direction, but what if it's not their direction at that moment in time? How do you balance that? Just a thought, it crossed my mind,
But I really see people's input,
Mm-hmm.
and I let them know that they're seeing, you know? And maybe it's really back to our initial question about recognition and its importance.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly and generously share with people that thanks a lot, you did great, this was cool, this is fantastic. It's in a moment, it's really easy for me to see.
So you're
and to
perfect,
share.
right? You're a perfect
Oh,
person.
come on! No!
Because I'm trying to find something where I believe, there's something you
Talk
could
with me
focus
about
on.
my private life and you will see, it's
I
complete
understand,
disaster.
but
Complete disaster, you know?
So you want to park your private life and saying, okay, this is my disaster. But in business, I'm crazy successful. But maybe there's a little bit more to it. Is that I can imagine that towards your client, you keep position yourself in the best way possible. But we're not talking to a client. We're trying to find some steps, right? And I get what you're saying, and at the same time, I'm telling you honestly what I experience. Mm-hmm. And these are these two things, I think. If I would summarize our meeting, and we're coming close to the end, is that I completely dig your energy in a general sense. I see that you're really great with people, and I can 100% see you running a center somehow where people can go. Mm-hmm. Women, I honestly also think you would be great with children. It could be a really great combination. That's what I feel, right? That's the good. All good. I also feel that at times, for me, it could be almost like a threat to have you around me all the time, because in the business, because I'm not guaranteeing that I always want to follow your pace at all times. So how to deal with it, I didn't figure it out in our 45-minute talk, and I would be happy to figure it out. So that's one element I think you could sort of, I don't know, get something from. Then I'd say the second element, which is that it's still not completely clear, except for your personality, why you would survive this elevated test, right? If you can't take your personality, really good in process management, yes, but you put some seeds there, so we know it's there, but to be able to say it easily in such a way that I dig it immediately and I can, translate it to other people is still something I believe a bit of a challenge. And maybe the third element I see is that you occupy your life so much that do you take your time to refocus, or how does it work for you?
It works for me. I meditate like 1.5 hour daily. Daily.
Okay.
Meditate. Mm-hmm. I will tell you about another secret I have. But it was given for me like since childhood. I sleep only 5-6 hours. It's enough. It wasn't enough for me. So I sleep less than other people. But it's not like something I really train it myself to do. No, it's since childhood. My mother been crazy with this,
Energy.
Not energy, not sleeping child. I have my spare time, and I do what I usually recommend to my clients, to do some success stories for myself.
Okay.
So I have these retrospectives with myself.
Okay. Good.
And I love hiking and walking. I love being alone. Mm-hmm. And during this time, I put
you take your time to...
I take it.
That's great.
So usually...
Hiking is a super way to get your brain in order. Absolutely. I like it.
So I know how to do it, of course. Without this skill, I would die, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So, coming to the end of our podcast, what do you believe is... did you get anything out of it? Or is it like,
I get that I should position myself. Position myself. Yes, this word is somehow tricky to me. Position myself. Of course I will look at again, maybe, and maybe not being me, but looking at myself outside, I will say, oh, hey, you have this.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So the bigger reason behind achievement coaching is two things, right? It's to recognize your goals and to achieve your goals. So that's basically also what we're trying to do here a bit.
Yeah.
It's not only seeing about your past achievements, but looking at the goal of achievement recognition and be proud of what you did, but also be able to articulate your new achievements a bit better.
Yeah.
And I hope we manage a little bit with it.
True.
Okay. And with this we come to the end of our podcast. I hope if you liked it, you like and subscribe. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Marina.
Thanks a lot. It was really, really wow.